When you go out to eat with friends and someone offers to pay, how do you respond? Are you the person that's like, oh, thank you so much? Or are you the person that's like, no, 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 you don't have to do that? Or no, 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 I got it, because you feel all weird and gross about receiving something. If you're the second person, then this is for you because this video is going to help you understand why broke energy keeps you deflecting abundance and how to get into the energy of receiving so that you're wide open to receive everything you deserve. And if broke energy sounds harsh and that made you defensive, I'm just being honest because how you do one thing is how you do everything. And if you're deflecting receiving, it's affecting your bank account too. Welcome to video 8 of the Broke versus Abundant Energy series. I'm Angie, the Inner Glow Coach, and I help successful on paper women glow up by expanding their inner and outer wealth so their life feels as good as it looks. And stay until the end because I have an action step that's going to help you get in the practice of receiving. And if you're new here, all of my videos have at least one action step at the end because information without action changes nothing. I have so many women who come to me who say, I've tried everything and nothing has changed. And it's because the missing piece is taking massive, bold action in your everyday life. So, on to receiving. I want you to think about the last time someone gave you a genuine compliment. How did you respond? Did you let it land? Did it feel uncomfortable? Did you say thank you and actually mean it? Or did you deflect it, minimize it, turn it back on them, nervously laugh it off? Or, this is what I used to do, say something self deprecating to make it feel less uncomfortable. Because if you did any of the latter things, you may feel like it's being modest, but it's not being modest. It's broke energy and receiving. And it's costing you more than just compliments. Because again, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're rejecting compliments, you're probably also rejecting things like love and money. Because think about it. If you give someone a gift and they immediately reject it, how many more gifts are you going to be giving that person? There's a whole energy around it. And the thing that's important about broke energy and receiving is that it doesn't always look like lack. It very easily looks like being humble. So, for example, if someone compliments you and you immediately say something like, oh, anyone could have done it, or, oh, this, I just rolled out of bed. Or I actually also used to do this too. I would volley the compliment back and compliment them back. So if they complimented my hair, oh, your hair looks good too, or your outfit looks good too. Or the example that I used at the beginning, if you are out to eat with friends and someone offers to pay, do you genuinely accept it? Or do you pay? Or do you refuse letting them pay because receiving feels uncomfortable and deflecting feels safer? Or maybe you're the person who overgives constantly, like your time, energy, money, to the point of depletion because giving feels safe and receiving feels like you owe something. And another example that's very common is if someone does something kind for you and you say, you didn't have to do that. It's true. They didn't have to do it, but they did. And when you say that, it's signaling to them that you don't expect to be treated well. And underneath all of these things is the belief that's running everything is that I'm not someone who can simply be and receive. I have to earn it or justify it or hustle for it because it feels way too uncomfortable or unsafe to sit in that feeling of receiving. And that belief is keeping you from everything you deserve. Because if you are alive on this earth right now, you deserve abundance. Years ago, I was at a healing intensive and we were doing this exercise. I don't even recall what it was or what we were doing, but I do recall that the outcome was that it made me realize that I responded to compliments or basically any positive feedback with self deprecating humor. Meaning, not only did I deflect it, but I also took it a step further to take a jab at myself, which is really effed up when I think about it in hindsight. And so it was a really harsh realization because Well, several things. One, it further unveiled my worthiness wound, which is why I was at the healing intensive, because I didn't feel worthy of receiving anything good or positive. And it made me realize that I was also blocking myself off to receiving other things, including love and money, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. And I only repeat myself when it's important. So, this is what I want you to understand about broke energy and receiving. It's not about the compliment, it's not about the money, it's not about how much you charge. It's about what you believe that you deserve to have. Because when you can't receive a compliment, you can't receive an opportunity, you can't receive help, you can't receive support, you cannot receive abundance in your life because your subconscious and nervous system do not distinguish between a compliment and a financial windfall. All they know is alert, I'm receiving something. Is it safe or not? And if your default is to deflect, to minimize, or immediately volley back, that further reinforces to your subconscious and nervous system that receiving is unsafe. And yes, sometimes we are our own worst enemies. But the good news is we can also be our best friends too. So if you're the kind of person that gives and gives and gives and gives, not just because you're generous, because most likely you are generous, but most likely the underlying reason is because giving helps you feel in control. Because when you give, you don't have to be vulnerable. Or when you give, you don't have to trust that something good is actually meant for you. And we all have different stories of why we are the way we are. My personal story is that I grew up not feeling deserving of things. And there were several reasons for this. One, I witnessed my mom being the person who deflected the compliment or wouldn't let the other person pay to the point where she would get in actual arguments with people at restaurants to the point where it was embarrassing because she would not let the other person pay. So I was a witness for all of this. Also, another reason is I had really low self worth from having emotionally unavailable parents, among other things. And for a long time, this was all living in my subconscious and nervous system. And I remember the first incident of where this negative cycle of not receiving and blocking became apparent to me. I was in my late 30s. My dad had just passed away, and I was at his home because I had to clean out his home to be able to sell it. So I was there with my mom and my uncle because his brother Jim from Minnesota had came down from the funeral, so he was still there and he was helping us clean out the house. So we were in his bedroom and we all had different sections of the bedroom that we were working on. I was working on his dresser, which was mainly clothes, but as I was going through the clothes, I found two $100 bills. And so I immediately was like, oh, look what I found. And I think I was like holding one in one hand, or I explained what it was. And my mom immediately was like, you need to give one to Jim. And it felt weird, but I did it just to like not be embarrassing and cause an argument. And honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal in the moment, but I couldn't stop thinking about it because I was like, man, that felt so weird. Why did it feel weird? And it made me realize that my mom was projecting her uncomfortableness about receiving onto me, and I had kind of started doing some inner work, so I was aware that it felt weird, but I didn't know why, and I started digging into the reasons, and I was like, no, I felt like I deserved to receive the $200 and I shouldn't have to give it away. And this was even several years before that healing intensive that I mentioned a little bit earlier. But the reason I tell this story is this is why I always say awareness is key, because your subconscious will have you running on a program without you even questioning it. So it's so important to question everything you do and why you do it, because I questioned, why is this making me feel weird? And once I explored that, it made me understand where me feeling weird about receiving came from. And two, it made me aware of when I was doing it so that I could shift it. So, my point about that is the broke energy in receiving, or over giving to feel safe or not receiving to feel safe. It's a protective pattern and it's blocking your abundance just as much as any money mindset belief that you have. Which, if you haven't watched video 6, we went deep into money stories and rewriting your money stories. So I hope you're still working on those because most likely you have more than one. So if you haven't seen video 6 yet, I highly recommend video 6 to start rewriting your money stories because both of these topics are so important because otherwise your subconscious program is just going to keep running how it's running, and that could be blocking you off for money. But my point of all of this is abundant energy is open to receiving. It's not about being greedy. It's not about taking more than your share because abundance means that there's enough for everybody. And abundant energy is a completely different belief. It means I am allowed to receive because I deserve it. So abundant energy receive compliments by saying thank you and meaning it. Not thank you, but thank you. Here's all the reasons why you're wrong. Thank you. Now I'm going to make fun of myself to make myself feel better. Just thank you and letting it land, even if it feels uncomfortable, because I guarantee at first it probably will. Abundant energy gives from overflow because when your cup is empty and you're giving from this place of obligation or guilt or desperation or needing something to fill your cup, it feels completely different from giving from this full cup that isn't giving from a place of fear. It's just coming from this place of abundance and knowing that you're loved and accepted no matter what. So, my point is when you start allowing good things to arrive and actually stay instead of immediately deflecting it or giving it away, your energy expands, your relationships expand because you stop subconsciously pushing things away. And because this whole series relates to money, here is where it connects directly to your bank account because how you do one thing is how you do everything. The woman who deflects compliments is the same woman who deflects opportunities. The woman who undercharges for her work is the same woman who tells herself that she just needs to hustle and work harder. The same woman who overgives her time and energy is the same woman who can't figure out why her bank account always seems to run out no matter how much comes in. Because you cannot build sustainable outer wealth from a nervous system that does not feel safe receiving it. You can manifest money, you can earn money, you can do all the right things, but if your body doesn't feel safe to receive, your subconscious will always find a way to minimize it, give it away, or block it before it ever really fully becomes yours. And that, by the way, is the definition of self-sabotage, which is why this is so closely linked to your money beliefs, because your beliefs are what is driving the behavior to block your receiving. So if you haven't watched video 6 to work on your money beliefs, I highly recommend doing that. But that being said, receiving is not just a mindset practice. That's definitely a huge part of it, but it's also a somatic one because you have to practice letting things come in and learning to feel safe in that feeling. So this could start with something as easy as a compliment or letting someone help you. I know I struggled with that for so long because this practice is how your nervous system begins to trust you with receiving more. So that brings us to our action step, and this is the only action step of this video. For the next 7 days, every single day, preferably longer, but I challenge you for at least a week, receive something without deflecting it. So if someone compliments you, say thank you, and that's it. If someone offers to help you, say, oh yes, please, thank you. That's it. When someone offers to pay, say, yes, thank you. And that's it. Or here's another one. When something good happens, let yourself feel good. And damn it, I should have mentioned this earlier because this is another way I used to block receiving. And I find it so common with my clients because it used to be whenever I felt good, I never let myself enjoy feeling good because I was always waiting for the other shoe to drop. So being in that future state of like, oh, when's the next thing that's going to happen that's going to take this feeling away from me, took away my enjoyment in that moment. And by the way, the opposite is true. When you are not feeling good, you will eventually feel good again. So you can also look at it both ways. But why not just live in the present and feel however you feel and enjoy feeling good when you feel good? And I'm a surfer. I know not everybody is, so this may not resonate with everyone, but there's a phrase or this concept. I think it's called the surfer mindset, but it basically describes how when you're surfing and you're riding the wave, the only thing you're thinking about in that moment is enjoying the wave. You're not thinking about when is this wave going to be over? When is the next wave? You are truly in the present moment enjoying the wave. And then when it does end, you're not sad because you know that there's always another wave. So that's a perfect way to describe when you're feeling good, just enjoy the wave while it lasts. And then when something else happens, deal with that. And then the next wave will come. So I got off on a tangent because I wish I would have said that before. But the action step is receive something without deflecting it, whether it's a compliment, whether it's help, whether it's even just feeling good. And I also want you to notice what comes up because you're going to have the urge to deflect. You are probably going to feel uncomfortable. But when those things come up, notice the story behind it. What is that voice saying? Is this too much? Do you not deserve this? Do you need to give it back? Because again, the noticing is the self awareness, and the self awareness is the first step to the inner work. Because once you see it, you can start to shift it. And if you're ready to go deeper and actually rewrite the belief underneath all of this, the one that says receiving is unsafe and you have to earn anything good that comes to you, that's exactly the work we do inside the Inner Glow Overflow. It's a 6-month private coaching experience. We work on your money identity and your energy because it's all connected. And we do the practical work like money and saving strategy, as well as the deeper inner work like rewriting your money stories and other limiting beliefs that are keeping you stuck. So it's not just mindset, it's not just money, it's not just energy. It's all of that, which is why the results actually stick. And by the end of 6 months, your life feels better and your bank account, your confidence, and the energy that you bring into every room. So I will put the link in the description. And here's what I want you to take away from all of this. If you are alive on this earth right now, you are someone who deserves good things. You're allowed to receive love, money, opportunities, abundance. You've just been operating from stories that said receiving was greedy, wanting was ungrateful, blah, 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 blah. No, we aren't doing that anymore. We are abundant and we build real wealth from the inside out. And if this video resonated, you are definitely going to want to watch video 9 in the Broke versus Abundant Energy series because it's all about celebrating yourself. It's a special birthday edition. So go watch that one next, and I will see you in video 9.